and welcome here. I'm so happy that you stopped by today. We're going to be doing another meal prep video. These have been super helpful. I'm sure not only for you because it gives you some inspiration on things to like prep for the week, but also for me because it keeps me consistent with having meals ready to go in the fridge throughout the week. And to be honest, they don't last me the whole week. They last me maybe about 3 days, and then the other 2 I just kind of wing it and make just random meals with the things I have left in the fridge. Let me tell you the things that we are hopefully going to get through making today. It is about 5:30 in the morning. We are going to start off with some steel cut oats in the Instant Pot, and after those are done, then we're gonna swap that out and make some black beans because I do need some beans for the week. That's kind of how I go. I always try to have a type of bean in the fridge ready to go. And we're going to be doing a berry crisp that I saw on Instagram. I'll link all of these things down below as well. Also going to be trying to make some turmeric rice. I've never made turmeric rice before, so let's see how this goes. We're gonna make a curried tofu scramble. This is mine and my 10-month-old's favorite scramble, so we're gonna make some of that. We're going to also dice up some of our veggies, and we are going to be doing some sweet potatoes as well. So that's kind of what our menu is looking like. And I also wanted to make some sauces, but it's 5:30 in the morning and my baby's sleeping, and I do not want to risk waking her up with a blender, so I won't be doing that. But I might make them later, and if I do, I'll be sure to include them in the video as well. And that is all the things we're going to be making today, so let's get started. Let's get to this. We have to have our morning fuel to get us through the next hour of meal prep. Let's go. Now for the perfect steel cut oats, we are going to be doing this in the Instant Pot, and I add 2 cups of steel cut oats, 5 cups of water, a pinch of salt. I cover it and pressure cook it for 4 minutes, and it comes out perfect every single time, and it comes out also with just the perfect texture. So the next thing we're going to be making is a healthy berry crisp. Can you see it? I saw this on Instagram yesterday as I was scrolling, and it looked so delicious, so we're going to be making this, and it's perfect because I have some leftover like vegan butter that we have to go through, so it's perfect. Could use some of that up. Let's prep our berry crisp topping, and we are going to be defrosting our berries. I'm sure you can use any other frozen fruit that you have on hand. This is absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it, so I really encourage you to make this. But I'm going to be adding a cup of rolled oats, 1/4 cup of pecans, 1 cup of almond flour, mix it and set it aside. I didn't add the almonds that it asked for just because this is what I had on hand, but we have almond flour, so I guess it works out. Veggie Prep. Does anybody else really enjoy this part of their meal prep? I enjoy washing and cleaning and slicing and dicing all my veggies, and I use the Trader Joe's like cleaning solution to make sure that any pesticides or just any dirt and stuff comes off of my produce. I enjoy doing this because in that way everything is clean, and it's just easier to just get everything out of the way, and then it's just easier just to pull out of the fridge, steam it up or roast it or whatever. It just makes it easier. So I'm going to be drying everything off as well. I also wanted to let you know that you can find me over on Instagram. I post grocery haul reels and just recipe inspiration on there as well for previous recipes that I've shared on here. Everything is linked down in the description box below, but that's just something to keep in mind if you'd like to follow me. But please let me know if you're one of those people just like me that enjoys slicing up the produce. I just think it's so satisfying and really enjoyable. Now, it's not like that when I have my child, needing me, but in the early morning, it is just so calming and relaxing. so I really enjoy it. And as for my bell peppers, I am going to be doing 2 batches. The first batch is going to be large pieces of bell peppers, and this is going to be if I want to make like a stir fry, or you know, just have larger pieces of veggies ready. And I made my mix of zucchini and 2 different kinds of bell peppers and onions, and so that's what I'm going to be doing right now, just slicing up my onion in large chunks. And I'm also going to be starting on another separate mix, and this is going to be kind of for salad toppings, like just that I could just kind of grab a big bunch and throw it in a salad. And I'm going to start off with some red onion, very finely diced. And is it diced? I don't know the terminology for all this. But I am going to also be doing a cucumber, same thing. I really enjoy cucumbers in my salad, so I diced these up. And these are really nice because my husband enjoys salads throughout the week for dinners as well, so this is really nice because then he also gets the bonus of being able to have his veggies prepped, and it takes me no extra effort because I was already doing it. And to this I also add some bell pepper diced up in small pieces too. I feel like you can never go wrong with this mix in like salads or just bowls. It just adds that extra nice crunch. So yep, just prep those. Now the next thing I'm going to prep is my cauliflower. I have been loving cauliflower lately, and my baby loves cauliflower so much. There's certain foods that she just grabs and she just kind of throws on the floor, but cauliflower is one of those where she sees it and she just absolutely loves it. So we've been eating a lot of it. For our sweet potatoes, I am going to peel them, and I just think it just saves me so much time than having to scrub. I would just rather just peel it and get it over with and rinse it off and whatnot, but it's up to you. I'm going to be cubing half of the sweet potatoes, or maybe more than half of the sweet potatoes, and then the rest I am going to slice in little rounds, and this is because we're going to season them differently, but they came out perfect sweet potatoes. So I cubed an entire block of extra firm tofu. My favorite one is the one from Trader Joe's. It's just so good, and it's just the perfect texture. But I throw that into a giant sheet pan, and now we're gonna add our seasonings. For the tofu, I added a lot of nutritional yeast, some salt, and some garlic powder and some onion powder. And as you see, I add a lot, and this just adds, I think, to the taste of the tofu, because you know, one's boring tofu. I also added some cumin, and you could add any other spices that you want. Paprika would be good in this, but I didn't add it. And I also drizzled some soy sauce on this and gave that a mix, and this is gonna make for just delicious tasting tofu. Moving on for the sweet potatoes, for half of it, the rounds, I added just cinnamon powder, and then the other side I added salt and garlic powder, onion powder, and some salt and pepper. Then I gave it a good mix just so that they're all evenly coated, and they're ready to go in the oven. And I placed them in the oven on 400 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. Just keep an eye on them because you'll see later my And really quickly, I did want to say welcome here if you are new. If this is your first time here, I'm so happy that you clicked on today's video. My name is Millie and I share things about our plant-based life. I share recipes, I share grocery hauls, I share just meal prep, things about our plant-based life and all that fun stuff. So if that is of interest to you, then please hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post a new video. Now we're back to our berry crumble. My husband ended up getting back from work, and so he's kind of in the background, and that's who you'll see, you know, just kind of moving around back there. But I added some cornstarch to the berries, and this helped so much. I didn't know that it was actually going to make a huge difference, but the cornstarch really helped to absorb some of the moisture from the berries as they were cooking, and it wasn't soggy at all. And I added some maple syrup to my mix and some salt, and also I wanted to add something extra, so I added some flax seeds to this, and maybe about less than the amount of butter that it asked for, and I think it came out totally fine. But just add your topping, and oh my gosh, even as I'm like, you know, editing, I could see this and I just want to go make another one. I finished it so fast. And by this point, our oatmeal was done, and it had actually been sitting there for like a good 40-45 minutes, but I left it there, you know, no harm. You could take it out earlier, that's fine too. But then I added it to a container, and I personally don't really enjoy it the day of. I think it tastes better after it has been refrigerated, but hey, if you enjoy it like that, then go for it. Our food is out of the oven. Oh my gosh, I love taking food out of the oven. It's just so exciting because you get to see everything that you made. And this is the tofu, and you'll get to see the sweet potatoes. They came out so good, like, trust me, but I did burn them a little. And just about this time too, the berry crumble was out. It was so nice. Everything came out so perfect and it looks so beautiful. Oh my gosh, but we're gonna put everything away. And like I said, it did come out a little burned, but to be honest, it actually added so much flavor to the food that I made. It gave it kind of like this charred taste to it, and it was just so yummy actually. So I don't know, I'm not encouraging you to burn your food, but it kind of worked out for me, you know. You see, it was like a little crispy. It wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say that it was bad. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Man, that was very crazy, but we managed to actually get a lot done. It is now 7:30, so I did have to get it out of the kitchen, or mostly out of the way, so that my husband can prep some of his stuff. But I did, oh, and my baby woke up, so we do have to make the beans and the rice that I mentioned earlier. We're going to be doing that. I did add in as you saw, like the extra tofu. Baby's calling, so I will have to go right now and then come back a little bit later to be able to put things away and then show you everything that we prepped this morning. But I feel good. I feel good. It's crazy in the moment sometimes, but you know, because I'm on a time crunch, but definitely throughout the week it's just so much easier and so much more convenient. So it's definitely worth the time and the effort and the craziness of it all. I'm back. It's time for round 2 of our meal prep, and we are going to be doing the turmeric rice and some tofu, some scrambled curry tofu, and try to get that ready for the week. But so far so good. I do have a baby, so sometimes I have to divide things up throughout the meal prep day, but it's okay. We just gotta roll with it, and I'll be so thankful for that throughout the rest of the week. Let's finish off today's video and get the rice and the tofu out of the way, and let's get that prepped and ready to go. I have been making this exact scrambled tofu just about every single week for the past few months. Honestly, it is so delicious. I absolutely love it. My baby loves it. She gobbles this up. I added some garlic powder, some onion powder, some curry powder as well, and some ground turmeric. These make this taste so good. I also added a lot of nutritional yeast and gave that a mix. And oh my gosh, guys, I'm not kidding you. This is just so good. And I throw in some frozen spinach. I've done this with kale before, but I personally just prefer frozen spinach. You could add fresh if you'd like to. That works fine. And it's ready in less than, like, I want to say 7 minutes, even less than that probably. Now, I didn't add any salt to mine, and that's because, again, I share with my little baby, but add salt, add some pepper. Oh my gosh, so good. Now, for the turmeric rice, you're gonna see me using like a smaller cup to pour into a bigger cup because it's not exactly 1 cup, and I want exactly 1 cup. So we're doing a little bit of juggling here, but I'm just gonna rinse off my rice. I halved the recipe just because I wasn't sure if it was gonna taste good. It's a huge regret at this point because I finished it so fast, and my husband really enjoyed this recipe as well. And I just added some butter, and some vegan butter, of course, and some garlic, some minced garlic. I didn't want to do it myself, so I just used store-bought minced garlic. And I added some turmeric, and then I sauteed the rice a little bit so that it could kind of, I don't know, like brown a little bit. And then I added some water and some vegetable better than bouillon paste. And then I added some salt, pepper, let it sit for a while, and then it came out perfect. But it did need more water. It came out a little too crunchy, but I fixed it later and it was amazing. Now, if you are plant-based or vegan, you probably already know that we eat a lot of beans. So each week I try to have a type of bean ready for me. I just love beans too. So I'm not gonna hate on beans. They're delicious, so go make some. But I add just a lot of garlic powder and onion powder. You could add fresh onion and fresh garlic too. I just don't like how they break apart in the Instant Pot sometimes, and then I end up eating a chunk of it. So just to play it safe, I didn't add it. I had it powdered. But I put it in my Instant Pot for about an hour, and they come out so good. I always do anywhere between 50 to 60 minutes. Works great. I cannot remember the last time I made rice on the stovetop. It's been years by now because it either came out mushy or it came out very dry and burned. So I'm hoping for the best. This seemed really easy to make, so let's see. That smells so good. Oh my gosh. I didn't add any added salt because the bouillon paste already has like salt in it. So I didn't do that, but it said to let it sit for 5 minutes. So I'm taking it off of the stove and setting it aside for 5 minutes. And at this point, my turmeric rice was ready to be placed in a container. I did end up fixing it. I just added some water as I was cooking it, and it came out perfectly fine and delicious. And this is everything that I prepped. It was such a success. I have meals and things ready for the week. That wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have not already, please subscribe down below and hit that notification bell. That way you are notified when I post a new video. And you might want to do that because next week's video is a what I eat in a day, and I'm going to show you the meals that I make with the food that I prepped in this week's video. So hit that notification bell. That way you're notified and you don't miss it. But thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye guys.